Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for hanging out with me today. So this video is a follow-up to a previous 4 gimbal user hacks I did. It was actually my first YouTube Shorts video I made. If you guys have a YouTube channel, by the way, you need to try YouTube Shorts. It's incredible. Currently, it's sitting at 30,000 views. It's only been 3 weeks. So if you guys watched it, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched it, I'll put it right here. It only takes 60 seconds to watch it. And this video will be a lot more valuable to you if you guys watch that. But 60 seconds isn't enough to explain everything thoroughly, to give you guys good value. In fact, I actually couldn't include the 5th user hack in that video, so I do have that on this video. It's actually for Juin users only, but if you have a DJI gimbal, you definitely want to watch it because you get a good chuckle out of it. And also, I made some slight improvement over my last video. I mean, like, a good gimbal is like Honda Civic. You just never use stock, you know, you just constantly improve it, modify it, and rice it out, you know? I want to go full RGB on this bad boy. Okay, bad joke, but you definitely want to stick around to the end of the video. If you're watching this before February 28th, I am doing a giveaway. It's an international giveaway, so that's at the end of the video. If you're watching this after February 28th, 2021, you're from the future. How is 2021? Is it better than 2020? Tell me it is. If not, that's okay, because we'll make it a good one. So let's get right into it. So the first gimbal user hack I talked about is actually this focus motor grinding on your gear. Now, this isn't a huge problem if you're using this focus motor on the focus ring, because most focus rings are pretty smooth. But if you're using it for like zoom like me, this is Sigma 24-70 DG-DN, which has a pretty stiff zoom ring, so sometimes the gear will grind. And you might be thinking, say you have this new motor that all you gotta do is press the calibrate button, and doesn't the whole thing calibrate by itself so you don't have to grind your gear? Yes, but if you even skip one single gear on that and you go to the other end of this gear focus ring, yeah, you're gonna grind that gear, which is a horrible experience. So my solution was to actually put this rubber band, and you're like, where's the rubber band? Say, I don't see a rubber band. Yes, because I made a slight improvement over my last video. So my last video, the rubber band was this beige color, this tidy whitey color, which is kind of gross. So I put this black one instead, and this is actually a really good rubber band, guys. It took me several tries and orders to find this rubber band. So this is a UV resistance, all fully 100% rubber band, tactical Batman color, which is a lot more professional because you don't want to show up in a professional video shoot with the tidy whitey color rubber band. And this rubber band actually is a perfect size for most lenses with the gimbal. So I'll leave a link in the description for this rubber band. In fact, I'm gonna leave a link to all these little knickknacks I have. I mean, like, I've done a lot of research in finding the perfect thing, so that's all in the description. So the second gimbal user hack I talked about is going inverted mode instead of the underslow mode if you're trying to get like a really low angle shot, especially if you're doing like an orbital shot around a subject or an object. Because the problem with underslow mode orbital shot is that your fulcrum point is your wrist, and your lens is actually a lot further away from your wrist. So if you're orbiting around, you're not gonna get a smooth orbital shot. Whereas if you go inverted, the actual lens is right below your wrist. So if you're orbiting, it gets you a lot smoother shot. And in fact, you can go a lot lower if you're doing like this inverted mode. So let me show you. In fact, this works with DJI gimbals also. It works with this Crane 2S. It works with Weebill S. It's all same concept. So let me go ahead and stand up for this one. So all I gotta do on this Crane 2S is press M twice, and it goes to POV mode. On DJI gimbal, this is called FPV mode. So at that point, you go upside down on the gimbal. And if you wanna orbit around an object, you press the mode button once again, going back to PF mode. And this way you can get a lot smoother orbital shot if you're rotating around a subject. Now, if you wanna go back to where you are, all you gotta do is push that mode button twice again, go in FPV mode or POV mode, come back up and press that M button once again, back to PF mode. And traditionally, you can get this mode by like what I call manhandling your gimbal. So older gimbals, all you have to do is grab the camera really hard at the top, manhandle it, and then just go upside down and then go do that mode. But problem with a lot of the newer gimbal with a powerful motor like this, it does not like it when you manhandle your gimbal. Yeah, only a few gimbals, they like it when you manhandle. Not this one. You can kind of do it on the Weebill S, but it's not really good for the motor. So I highly recommend using it that method. And the third gimbal user hack I talked about is this cable management and this cable clip. Problem with gimbal these days, especially if you have like, you know, motor over here and a monitor over here, you have cables running just everywhere, that it gets caught sometimes and it just gets clumsy. So the simple solution is actually getting these cable clips. So this is by Ketsum. You get tons of it in this one. So I like this one. It took me a long time to find that one too. I like that one because one, it's black, and two, it's actually very flexible and it's self-adjusting that no matter how thick or thin the cable is, it's a good fit. So it fits up to about like Cat5 Ethernet cable. This is actually a really thin HDMI cable which fits right in here. But the real highlight of this whole entire setup is this HDMI cable. So this HDMI cable is by Nanoseconds, and I don't use anything else now. So Nanoseconds make this super thin, flexible HDMI cable. In fact, it bends so easily that you're able to come out of your camera, but it doesn't stick out so much, so it's not constantly getting rubbed on something or getting caught on something. And trust me, you don't want to do that on set. And one more thing I've done since my last video is this right here. So I put a cable clip right on the camera. So this is Sony a7 III. Problem with this camera is one, the HDMI port on the camera is the micro HDMI, which isn't very strong. And two, it doesn't have that HDMI clamp that comes with it. So yeah, this is a very weak setup. So what I essentially done is make that whole entire thing strong. So if you accidentally get caught or you yank on this HDMI cable, yeah, that's not going anywhere. The only thing I would recommend if you guys get this exact same one is that because the corners are very sharp, so I do recommend you file that corner so you don't get cut. And if you want to avoid like the whole entire HDMI cable setup altogether, you could get an image transmitter like this. This is actually by Juin also. This is a 2nd gen image transmitter. So if you mount this and actually have a receiver on your monitor, or even like you can use your phone as your actual monitor, yeah, you don't have to deal with this cable mess. All right, so the fourth gimbal user hack I talked about is actually using a camera strap like this on a gimbal. You see, problem with like, for example, a wedding shoot is that, you know, bride wants to shoot here, so you're gonna quickly shoot here, and then photographer wants to shoot over there, so you wanna quickly shoot there, but you wanna hand hold a shot, and you put down a gimbal on the ground, and you go around, and next thing you know, you're like, where did I put the gimbal? So that may actually not have happened. So what you do is use a camera strap like this to strap the gimbal on your waist, so you don't ever lose your gimbal. Yeah. This is by Peak Design, by the way, because it does have this awesome quick release system. So what I've done is put an anchor on the actual strap itself, so I can do that and carry around this strap on my body when I need it. All I gotta do is unstrap that. And on the gimbal itself, if you guys look at this, this is Weebill S, and this works well with lighter gimbals, guys. Unless you want like bruises all around your hip, it's better on the smaller gimbals, especially a fantastic plastic one like Weebill S. So on this gimbal, I mounted this Peak Design anchor mount, one here and one here. There's a 1/4-20 right here. And you might be thinking like, hey, is that Weebill S? And my Weebill S doesn't have a 1/4-20 on there. So this plate right here is for the image transmitter. So if you guys get this image transmitter, it does ship with this image transmitter mount, which has a 1/4-20. That's why there's a 1/4-20 there. If you don't have that, you could put an extra anchor right here, so you have 2 points of contact for the strap. And guys, I have to tell you, that has saved me carrying around a book bag, because a lot of times, like especially when you're traveling, let's say you're at a hotel and you want to just quickly go out and get a couple of shots, you don't want to bring a whole entire book bag just to carry around a like small gimbal. So that's very useful in that sense. Alright, so the fifth bonus tip I have for you guys actually has to do with batteries. So if you use Juin gimbals, we have these batteries, which is great because they're small and they're cheap. Problem with these is that we don't have a way to tell if the battery is full or not. You know, only thing you can do possibly, and we all done it, we're guilty of this, is turn on the gimbal when there's no actual camera on there to see, is there a battery in this? Oh gosh, okay, yeah, my gimbal's gonna explode. Yeah, so you don't want to be doing that. So what I have here is a battery tester. Now this is one of the few battery testers that actually fits 18650 batteries. So what you do is you put it in here, and if the battery is reading, like for example 3.55 volt, yeah, this battery is done. So if it's reading close to 4 volt, let's see if this one's good. Yeah, there you go, 4 volt, this battery is full. So if it's getting close to like, 3.5, that battery is low. So that's how you're able to tell if the battery is full. And if you have DJI gimbals, you're probably like, all I gotta do is push this little button and I can tell how much battery is in it. But can you do this? That's right. If you have Juin gimbals, you can make it rain with your batteries. It's okay. DJI, Juin, no matter which gimbal we use, you're welcome in this channel. Hopefully this video is helpful to everybody. And if you don't have any gimbals, that's okay, because we're about to do a giveaway. So let me pull this up here. All right, so we are giving away a Juin Weebill Lab. You guys remember Weebill Lab? All right, so this is a special edition Weebill Lab because it's SE, as in it's used by me. So this is used, guys. However, as you guys can see, I take care of my gimbal, so this is pretty clean. In fact, I still have this red rubber protector for this gimbal. This is there so the gimbal doesn't get scratched as it's shipping. So all the accessories are in here. Battery, charger, yeah, everything's on here, except you'll probably notice that where's the tripod for this? So I did buy a brand new tripod. I think this is like $30 at the time that I bought it. So I bought the tripod because the only thing that was like really scratched up on this gimbal was the tripod, because it's got rubber too. It got kind of gross. So brand new tripod for you guys, and this whole entire Weebill Lab. This is an international giveaway also. So if you're in the United States, you're gonna get this full packaging along with, oh, it's over here. Yeah, I still have this retail packaging, so I'm gonna ship it in this box for you guys if you are in the US. If you're international, I have to ship this overseas. This is a little too big to ship overseas, so what I'm gonna do is take this gimbal out and put it in this smaller box for you guys. So yeah, this giveaway is super easy to enter, guys. There's a link in the description below. It's through Gleam, which is pretty automatic. The giveaway is until February 28th, so it'll be open till then. After that, it'll close, and I'm gonna announce the winner right after February 28th on a random video. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell notification so you get notified, because I'm gonna give the winner 3 days to respond after that video is launched. So good luck to everybody who's entering the giveaway. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Until next time, make it a good one.